Schön, dass ihr wieder da seid bei einer neuen Folge The Council. Ich hätte gerne eine Zitrone, bitte. Wir sind immer noch auf der Suche, die geheime Nachricht unserer Mutter zu entschlüsseln. Ich bin immer noch der festen Überzeugung, dass wir dafür Feuer brauchen. Aber so wirklich finden wir gerade nichts. Wir haben jetzt noch Tinte gefunden und Zitrone, die wir jetzt gerade aufgehoben haben. Was ist das?
Priest robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Ich sehe durch das Milchglas nichts, aber er schon. Beeindruckend, dieser junge Mann. Ich suche echt gerade nach einer Flamme, aber wo ist das denn zur Hölle? Sind alle Kerzen aus? Was sind eigentlich hier hin?
This room looks unoccupied.
Aha. Bin gerade ein bisschen ratlos. Würde gerne das Buch nehmen und hier einfach über diese Flamme halten. Diese Lampe halten, weil die ist bestimmt heiß geworden. Nichts nehmen. Das ist nur das Bild. Ah, da. Hat der jetzt gerade die brennende Kerze?
Maybe I should try it out on the book.
Hat der jetzt echt die brennende Kerze in seine Jacke reingesteckt? Hat der tatsächlich die brennende... Ja, heißer Typ, ja? Da fällt das nicht auf.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Ach ja, das mit der Asche. Schade. War ein bisschen dumm, aber nun ja. Schauen wir noch mal weiter.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Ja, bin ich dafür. Wir können bei der Herzogin gleich anfangen. Vielleicht kriegt man mit der ja noch einen kleinen Stelldich ein. Das wäre super.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Ach, jetzt zwingen sie mich dann...
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Das ist Peru. Mit dem haben wir die Auseinandersetzung gehabt und das ist
Napoleon
Bonaparte.
Bonaparte.
Schade. Vielleicht können wir Bonaparte schon eher aufhalten.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Holm.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Oh mein Gott, ja los, komm, wir probieren das. Super.
Confiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Oh mein Gott, wir probieren's.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Das war eine sehr seltsame Begegnung. Mir tut es auch ein bisschen leid um die... Bisschen Honig schlecken? Das nicht das? Gott, sieht das Bild schrecklich aus.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this.
Und was ist das?
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Ja, schon so ein bisschen. Irgendwie hat alles so einen geistigen Hintergrund. Jetzt hatten wir uns ja alles angesehen. Ziegenbock? Ist das doch ein Symbol Satans, oder? Okay. Gucken wir mal in den kleinen Salon an. Auf fix heilen. Okay, da kommen wir nicht rein. Nehmen gleich noch ein bisschen Honig, jetzt sind wir wieder voll. Ach, schauen wir mal. Schauen wir mal, was uns hier noch erwartet. Irgendwie wird das alles... Was ist denn nur mit unserer Mutter? Die einen preisen sie als Heilige und Heldin der Nationen. Und dann ist sie so furchtbar zu einem Kleinkind. Kann ich mir irgendwie... Irgendwie passt alles noch nicht so ganz. Auch die ganzen Rollen der Mitspieler. Des Kardinals, Washington, Bonaparte, Peru. Irgendwie ist das alles so... Ist das alles noch extrem verzwickt. Ich bin echt gespannt, wie sich das Ganze auflöst. Aber nun wollen wir erstmal zum Abendessen erscheinen.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet
Please,
me?
go ahead. What do you want to know?
I'm not sure if I understand.
Don't trouble yourself.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Yes, in a way.
The Prussian-Britannic coalition is not good for France. The last time we fought against them, our empire went up in smoke.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mention that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
The presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur Van Volner.
Have you any information on this Napoleon? Show us your teeth.
And you, sir?
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
My friend.
Oh mein Gott.
Monsieur de
Das,
Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please? Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
probieren wir es mal mit Etikette. Los, komm, wir probieren es damit.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Wir probieren es damit.
It's time for Girondins and Montagnards to come together at last and give rise to a republic worthy of all the spilled blood. Both parties must put an end to their petty quarrels for the good of all.
You must be joking, my friend. Neither side will ever accept the advice of the other. It's simply a lost cause.
Ich weiß es nicht.
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France.
Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to avenge you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Nein!
Right,
Verdammt.
we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Verdammte. Hä? Wie hätte ich denn das denn machen sollen? Ach, Mist. Schade, hat nicht gereicht für 2 Level. Okay. Psychologie können wir lernen. Sieh an, sieh an.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Okay, was können wir denn lesen? Politik? Parallelbiografie? Da fehlt uns immer noch eins. Punkte. Zeugung. Komm. Ich habe das Gefühl, wir werden bald mit der Herzogin interagieren müssen und da kann das nicht schaden. So, nun gut. Dann werden wir diesen Ort suchen, aber natürlich erst in der nächsten Folge. Wenn euch das Spiel gefällt und die Art, wie ich euch das präsentiere, dann hinterlasst doch einen Daumen nach oben. Und natürlich könnt ihr auch dieses Video in den sozialen Medien und sozialen Netzwerken teilen. Denn meistens, was euch gefällt, gefällt auch euren Freunden. Und ich finde, so komplex wie die Story hier gerade ist, ist doch irgendwo ein bisschen spannend und fesselnd. Aber wenn ein bisschen wenig Action dabei ist, dafür ist es doch geistig anspruchsvoller als das, was man sonst so kennt. Nun gut, dann bis zur nächsten Folge. Macht's gut, auf Wiedersehen und ciao!